All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and go over the do now. I should have already handed that in. For question number 1, if we were to put that, type that into y equals and y1 and we press graph, you can see that this has two solutions, so two different factors. And we have a negative solution and a positive solution. And so that means we have a plus factor and a minus factor. So you guys, we can get rid of answers C and D because of that. They don't have different signs. It actually shows two of the same factors, which would mean we only touch the x-axis one time. All right, that's not the case here. And then between A and B, we would choose A because it split up this x squared here between the two factors. So the x is there tucked at the end of both factors. All right, for question number 2, your graph looks similar. For this one, if you had your 0 and y2, then you could have gotten your fraction solutions were negative 10/3 and positive 10/3. All right, so two solutions, one negative, one positive. Here again, because of a negative and a positive solution, that means we need a plus and a minus factor. So you guys here, remember you just take the bottom number, slide in front of your x. So slide it in front for your term there, and then we've got the 3x plus 10 and 3x minus 10. For question number 2, you should have answered B, okay? Moving on to question number 3, we're asked to factor this completely. You guys remember that for this we drop the y's when we type it in, so let me type this in real quick. For y1, we would have typed in x squared plus 3x minus 10. And that's it. I didn't type in the y. I did not type in the y squared, okay? So if I graph this, then I can see that I do have two integer solutions. Okay, you guys, let me make this screen a little bit bigger. Okay, we have solutions at negative 5 and positive 2. Okay, so our solutions are at negative 5 and positive 2. All right, and then remember that we're going to tuck that y back in at the end. So if my solution is negative 5, that means my factor is x plus 5. And you guys, this is the only one that's got an x plus 5. It also has the x minus 2y. So that's question number 3. You should have gotten D. For question number 4, this is a sum of cubes. This exponent of 3 gives us that hint that this is a sum of cubes. A sum of cubes uses the mnemonic SOAP. Same, opposite, always plus. So the same sign should come first. All right, we have a plus sign in the original, so I can get rid of answer B. It does not start out with the same sign. O is for opposite. I need the opposite of a plus sign, which is a minus sign. Answer A is the only one that has the opposite sign second. Okay, so that's the do now. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get you started on this spiral. Your classwork today is going to be on the computer. And I want you to, I want to be able to count this classwork from Power Test. I want to be able to count that as a test grade, just because I think that it'll be relatively easy. It has 10 questions based on what we're learning new today, but we've got 5 spiral review questions on that classwork. So these 5 spiral questions on this, this little paper, they are questions just like you'll see as spiral material on your classwork. And again, I want to use that as a test grade just because it'll help bring the grades up, because I think it's a relatively easy assignment. Okay, so I'm just going to get you started with these, and then the video is going to end, and I'll give you about 10 minutes to finish it up. And then the next video will go over the answers for the spiral and also introduce the new topic today, which is pretty easy. Okay? So for question 1, you're asked to look at the graph. You're asked to decide which one is not in the solution set. Okay, so not in the solution set. If I was trying answer A, and I'm plotting the points for answer A in orange, if I were to plot 1, 3, and 0, 0, and -6, -7, all right, all of these points are in the shaded region. So they are all solutions. So all of these are solutions, so that's not going to be our answer because it's asking which one is not, okay? And so just be careful with this. Go through the rest of your answer choices. You guys, in case you can't see it very well on your picture, this is a dotted line for your absolute values. So remember that points on the dotted line are not included in the solution set. Okay, so that's question number 1. For question number 2, you're going to look at the function and it's asking you which describes an interval in which the function is decreasing. So you just need to graph your function in y1 of your calculator and then see which portion of the function is falling from left to right. You guys, for question number 3, many of you time to look at that, or I want you to look at that when the video's over. For question number 3, you need to remember that f of x is equal to y. So when these answer choices are asking about relative maximum, relative minimum, all right, the point that is a relative maximum or the point that is a relative minimum, the x-coordinate is going to be the number inside of the parentheses. The y-coordinate is going to be after the equal sign, okay? So I think that deciding what the relative maximum, where it is, and where the relative minimum is easy, but you just need to remember that once you find those 2 points, the x-coordinate of the point goes in the parentheses, the y-coordinate goes after the equal sign. Okay, so just be careful with that one. For question number 4, remember that we're asked for end behavior. Remember that you replace the letters B and C with any number you want. We always use 1 when we did these together in class. But any number you want, you replace that. And the question is asking as x approaches negative infinity. So once you get this graphed, you're going to be looking for what is the end behavior on the left side. So you're going to look at the leftmost point of this graph on your calculator, and you're going to decide if we drew an arrow there, would it be pointing up or down? Okay? Question number 5, the final spiral question, is asking you for the solution set of an absolute value. Remember that you can just put this left side in y1 and right side in y2. Okay? You also need to remember that a solution to a one variable equation like this is just the x value of your intersections. So your answer choices are not listing points. It's not parentheses. They're listing the set of x values where you have intersections. So that's why we have set braces like this, not parentheses like that for answer choices. So I don't care about the y-coordinates when I find these points of intersection. I just want the 2 x values of the 2 intersections, okay? So you guys go ahead and take some time and go through this spiral together. You guys can work together, collaborate, all that sort of thing. The next video at the beginning will go over the answers, okay?